Greetings. Good morning. How are you? My name is Maggie Chula, and I am a sacred channel of light, a spiritual teacher, and a healer for the soul. I am also a spiritual minister, and today I'm coming to you live to share with you information about sacred tools for transformation. Hi, good morning. It's good to see you. I would like to take a moment and share some of the things that I will be talking about tonight on my class, Tools for Transformation. What I realized was I have been talking to you about tools that lots of different teachers share. And I'm different. And I am going to be true to the difference that I am. And so the tools that I will be sharing tonight are tools that are sacred and help you in your spiritual transformation. Mindfulness is a wonderful tool, and I hope that you do use it. Breathing in the light is a wonderful tool, and I hope that you do use that. But the tools that I'm talking about go beyond that. I want to share with you the tools that took me from a crippled, lonely, sick child to a woman who has been able to grow many decades older than they ever expected. I don't have any illnesses right now, and I have a life that's balanced and whole. I live with my soulmate, and I'm very happy in my own self and my own skin. And these tools helped me develop those abilities. You know, when you're singled out as a young child, as being different, maybe even scary, you do take a ding to your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And maybe that's happened to you too. And then when you're unable to play with the other children, you're unable to go and move your body the way other people do, you feel very different and isolated. So it was in this time and the early part of my life when I was always kind of shut away, because back then people didn't really know. Was I contagious? Is this something people could get from me? Or is this something that was just my problems, my issues? I had beautiful master teachers come and talk to me. Now, if they came and talked to you too, I wouldn't be surprised at all with that. They are all around. And they helped me open up my eyes, open up my ability to see and feel and think on levels that were not being taught in school. Actually, in school, I was being discouraged to share much of the wisdom that I was learning because it was foreign. And we are in a time of great transformation. Many of us know that these tools exist, that these beings exist, that they're not just part of our imagination. But your imagination is one of the number one tools for transformation that you have. Your incredible ability to create with your mind. So we will talk about imagination in my Tools for Transformation class. And let me just back up a moment. The classes that we use on the Expert OmTimes platform, we are using and creating as evergreen. Isn't that a great word? Evergreen? I love the trees. But that means that we are recording them and that they're available for you when you're ready. So this class, I should have called spiritual tools for transformation, because we're going to start right there. We're going to start with the knowing we are each divine beings of light, and we have a soul. And this soul is reaching out to us all the time through your intuition, through your dreams, through the things that just sort of pop up and seem serendipitous. This soul wisdom is tied in with the great wisdom of God, of the universe, because we are all one. We are all one. So, one of my favorite tools to help me when I get stuck is called the Disney technique. And we'll talk more about that. But if you think about Walt Disney, look at what he's created that still lives on and brings happiness and joy to so many people, plus employs so many people. He had visions. He had dreams. He talked to characters, and he drew them and brought them into life. Now, we would not say this guy was a psychic, but was he using a part of his mind that many of us don't use? I say yes. He was using his creativity. Yes, he was using that part of his mind that was greater than this person who was sitting at a desk. So the Disney technique comes in several pieces, and we will be talking about them. It is one of my favorite tools. It involves the critic, the inner critic, which I have, I'm sure you have, and also the creative process of allowing your mind to just fly and bring in whatever it wants to bring in. And he separated these processes out, and then he learned how to adjust them and merge them together. So that technique is definitely going to be in the tools for transformation. But we're also going to talk about creative visualization. Now, creative visualization is a little bit different than the Disney technique and using your imagination, although it's pretty similar. And here's how it's different. Creative visualization is using your mind in a way that helps you heal. So when I had Crohn's disease, which is an intestinal issue, and I'm not going into all of it, but it does start, for me, by the time they diagnosed it, it started at my mouth and it went everywhere within my digestive tract. Well, the prognosis was grim. First of all, I wasn't going to survive the surgery, and that was the only thing they could give me, so that was pretty grim. And I had to go and try to figure out how to get better so I could have this surgery that I didn't even want. And my creative process, my guides, my beautiful beings of light, channeled something through me. Now, I didn't have quite the words to say I was channeling this. What I knew was I took a tape recorder. Yes, that's what we had back then. I took a tape recorder and I recorded this vision. And in this vision, I was able to take my whole intestinal tract out and lay it in the sunlight and pull things out of it. Worms, creepy things, stuff that was coming up in my mind. And I was pulling it out. And I was pulling it out so it could be rinsed off in the river of well-being. So I had this creative process that brought me to this beautiful river, and I took my intestinal tract out and I pulled all these things out and I laid it in the sun and I let the sun beat it down and heal it, and I took golden thread and I sewed up all the holes because the doctors had told me some of the things that this meant. It meant my insides were gray. They weren't even vibrant and pink. Well, I could wrap my mind around that. I could understand what gray versus pink meant. So these tools that came forward for me helped me. And the beautiful thing is, I have that. I have that. You could buy that right now out on MaggieChula.com. And I'll put a link out here for you. Because what happened after that was I didn't really have much of my mind left, my consciousness, my ability to be here on earth and know who you were. So I had to listen to this. And I listened to this twice a day. And even though I fell asleep, it went into my brain. It went into my subconscious. And I got better. Now that doesn't make sense, does it? I got better. I got so much better that 5 weeks later, when I went to go see the doctors and have the tests to see if I was well enough for surgery, I felt better than I had felt in years. In years. And I took a leap of faith and said, I don't want the surgery. I'm going to continue on this path. Now, this path led me to shamanic healers. It led me to massage therapists. There are a lot of wonderful people out there who can support you in your desire to be whole and healthy and have a well-balanced life. And creative imagination, your creative visualization, is a tool. What I didn't know back then was it could also be considered hypnosis. Hypnosis is a tool that goes directly to your subconscious mind. So I studied hypnotism. I thought, well, I'm going to do that. So I studied hypnotism and I truly enjoyed it. But something was always missing. Something just didn't quite jive for me. And then I learned about life between lives. And the most incredible, there's a book out there. I can't remember the author's name, but I will put that out there. And a friend gave me this book and said, Maggie, this book speaks to what you've been sharing. And I said, really? There was something that understood the life before this life? I had to read it. And I did. And this book was created by a man who was a psychiatrist, clinical psychologist. He knew how to help people work with the mind, but he wasn't able to get them to heal, not to finally heal. You know what I mean? Not so you heal and it pops up someplace else, but so you heal. And he started to use hypnotism, and he was following his friend's path. But he discovered he was taking them someplace else. They were talking about things and making sort of a list. He went through thousands of his clients to discover there's a life between lives. So what I loved about this book and the work that he's done is it came from different people. They didn't know each other. He didn't know them. No one had been talking to these beautiful beings that I was talking to. But it came through anyway. And when I read the book, it was amazing. It was like a lock and a key. I understand this, but I don't see this way. Do you ever do that? I hope you do. I hope when you take classes, when you listen to people, you allow your intuition to share with you. That works for me, that doesn't. Because that's how you are talking to your soul. Your soul. You. You're different than me. You have different processes. You have different guides. You have different purposes. And some of you it will be the same. But isn't that the beauty of life? Isn't it? And existence? We are not the same, but we share the same source vibration. All right, so we'll be talking about the imagination. We'll be talking about the Disney technique, which is one of my favorites, and life between lives. But there are other sacred tools, beautiful ones, and one of them I started with this podcast, sacred circles. I have always been fascinated with circles. Circles, it's the circle of life. There's no beginning, there's no ending, it's just this beautiful circle. Well, when I was learning how to teach these classes, because my classes teach to multiple levels of you, to your multiple dimensional self. Isn't that cool? And it does. It teaches you and it starts to help you call your pieces together. It helps your mind start to go, oh, this is another part of me. And I'm going to honor and listen to that. And it could take years. Sometimes it takes people years to come back for a second class, but they come back because they've processed it. Now, what I'm excited about is, I think my time as a teacher has come. I think people are really ready to use that tool of their ability to channel their soul wisdom. So some of my classes are how to channel. And I have one that's going to come up in May, channeling source. Now the overall theme is channel source and soothe your soul. By soothing your soul, you'll help your body heal. Now remember, I'm coming to you from a person who has had arthritis throughout my entire body. I've had a stroke, gone through 3 car windshields, had a ceiling fall on me. I've been through it. I have been there. And I don't know why I didn't give up. Unless it goes back to that very first, and I'm saying first, time I died and came back. I was 4. And that's when I learned I want to be with these beings that are always around us. They make you feel so incredibly, all right, life is good. I can handle this. This life is a chapter in the book of my life, of my soul. And so as that chapter, I want it to be the best one. I want Maggie Chula to be a great chapter for my soul. And I think she's doing okay. But you can always do better. You can always grow and change. And I am very pleased to say that's true. I'm still growing. I'm still changing. I'm still listening to sacred teachers. There's so much to learn. So, here's what I want to share with you. I want to share about your imagination and life between lives. I want to share how you can heal your body through creative visualizations. How it isn't with logic that you're going to actually heal on a cellular level. I mean, does that make sense? Heal on a cellular level? And yet you can. And yet you can. And we have machines these days that can share how high is your vibration, that can share all kinds of things with the doctors. And the doctors are doing a great job learning and growing. But you have to do your part. Your part is to be your own spiritual director, the spiritual healer for your life, the one that says, these are the problems I'm having. I want a soulmate, and I keep attracting loves, people in my life who use me. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's use one of these tools and look at what that could be saying with you. What is that sharing with you? I had to go through that. I didn't always live with my soulmate, but I do now. All right. So other than that, then we also have the sacred circle. And the sacred circle involves your council of light. Your council of light. And that can include angels, archangels, galactic beings, sacred ascended masters. Mother Mary is here. She is here, and so many of us are feeling the divine feminine goddess. So many of us feel her. Yes. And she comes through in many names, many names. And what I want to help you learn is the vibration. When you can isolate that vibration from yourself, then you know. You know. And no one can take that from you. No matter what is going on in your life, if you know that you are in control of your reactions, of your energy, of your vibration, there's your power. There it is. The power to create your life to reflect what you want it to see. Now, we do live here with other people, and we each are individuals with our own free will. According to these beautiful masters who channeled a book through me, and I have so many things I haven't published, every single one shares this message. You have the right to create your life the way you choose. The one universal exception is you do not get to choose for others. If your choice involves something that negates another's free will, they will not support you. That goes against a truth, a universal truth. So, if you come to me and you take one of my classes, I'm going to share with you rules, because I want you to share your highest and your best. I want you to know how to know, is this being that I can sense, are they here for my highest good? Because another truth is, where there's a great light, there's the inverse, the yin, the yang. And I'm not going to say good and evil. I'm going to say higher, lower vibrations, positive energy, negative energy. We've all been around negative energy. It feels draining. It feels somehow draining. That's negative energy. So I will help you with these tools. All right. So, tools for transformation, and it really is spiritual tools. I will be doing that live. But these classes are evergreen. I will record this class and you can see it in your time when it works for you. If you want to join me live, it's tonight. Tonight at 6 p.m. I think. Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, you can find it. I'll put it up here. And I hope you do join me. Everyone who joins, whether it's live or not, becomes a part of a sacred circle that helps to support, here's another tool, the crystalline grid that surrounds and empowers the earth. Because it is my knowing and truth that we are here to help support this beautiful planet, who is a sentient being, just like all the life she supports. And I call her Mother Earth, Gaia. And you can go to my website, and right there on the home page is a channeled message from Gaia. And her message is, she's happy. She's joyful. Yes, there's part of the things going on in the earth she's not happy with, and she is shaking them off. She's going to shake them off. I can only assume what that will mean. But I know from her point of view, as she grows stronger in her own light process, it's helping us. And that is truly a part of the ascension we're feeling. So if you're feeling ungrounded, it's because you need to get back in tune with the earth. And I have a free resource for that also. So you can learn more about me, Maggie Chula, Healer for the Soul, by going to my website. And you can learn more about my classes on the experts.omtimes.com platform, and I will put that link out there. I would love it if you came and liked my Facebook page and shared with me what are some of the classes you would like to see. But please know, I'm going to teach you, here's what I want you to learn. How to channel. I have another one of those coming up. I've done several, but there's another one coming. And each time one of these beautiful master teachers will come through and share with you at the end of the class a vibrant channeled healing. Because you're getting in touch with your soul vibration and you being able to channel your own source wisdom will help lighten up the earth, enlighten your body and mind, and help bring you into divine balance and well-being. And you will heal. I've done it. Thousands, millions of people are doing it or have done it. There are teachers out there for you, and I hope I'm one of them. So, okay, thank you. The name of the author is Dr. Brian Weiss. That's Many Lives, Many Masters. There is, the Life Between Lives is, I will find that. But that was his friend. Or, I don't think he's dead. Sorry. All right. So, come to the Experts platform. There are many teachers here. And we are all coming to help you, to help us. I learn as I teach. So tonight, it's on sacred tools. And you'll learn one of my absolute favorite tools for expanding your creativity and helping you learn how to heal now. And then later this month, I'm going to be teaching another channeling source class. There are others, you can find them. I'd love to see you. And just know this, you are a sacred being of light, and you can learn how to do this just as easily and effortlessly as I do. And I wish you a blessed day. So go on out and be inspired to share your best with the world, because that's what we're here to do. So, much love, many blessings, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.